Come with me to the beach to do keep and sell of the whole Man United squad. First up is Bayendir. Obviously he's injured at the moment, but yeah, I mean, he's been okay. Nothing really to shout about too much yet, but I think definitely keep at the moment, and let's see how it goes. Tom Heaton, I think he's just glad to be there really at the moment. He's, I guess, a good squad player. I think he's going to retire at the end of the season anyway, so I suppose sell. Andre Onana, big one there. It'll be interesting to see really what happens with him. I know that a few news outlets are saying that there is a possibility that he will go. I don't think he's as bad as people say he is, but at the same time, he doesn't really breed confidence in the defence, and every time he doesn't dive, it pains me in my heart. As much as I think that he could have a good career somewhere else, I think for Man United, it would be a sell. Lindelof, the Iceman. He's been a good servant to the club, I think. Probably underappreciated, really. But I think it's probably time to move on now, even as a squad player. I'm just not sure if he's quite up to it. The last game he played, I just thought he was really off it and not quite at the level. As much as I do like him, it's a sell. Mazraoui, I think, has been a great signing. Like probably a lot of us, I didn't even know him before. Been a great signing, great deal. Definitely a keep for me. De Ligt, another great signing. I think what he's achieved in the game already is unbelievable, and I hope he's going to achieve more with us. So yeah, for me, a keep. Solid defender. Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire. I think he's... oh fuck, I've gone the wrong way. Need to cross over. Harry Maguire, I think he's right in the middle of his redemption arc right now. Nearly got run over. Takes a lot to come back from what he went through and the scrutiny he went under. Fair play, he's, you know, showing the defender that he actually is right now. And I think that really it shows the strong character he is, and we need more of that. Also, with playing three at the back, we definitely need extra defenders anyway. So definitely a keep. Saying that, I wouldn't be rushing to extend his contract at the moment. I think it runs out either next year or the year after. I think that will probably be enough. I'm sure he could go and play somewhere else at a high level for quite a few more years, but I think, yeah, we need to start looking at moving players on before they're past their prime, and I think that's been a mistake over the last little while. Martinez, he is a fearless warrior that probably is the reason why he gets such bad injuries when he does get injured. But he is committed to every single challenge. He's the exact type of attitude that I love to see. So definitely a keep for me. That's probably one of the easiest ones. Tyrell Malacia, I love seeing the smile on his face when he plays, and I really wished that it was going to work out for him. He's currently on loan at PSV, and to be honest, I can't really see a way back in the team for him. He was, gone out of the team for a long time after an injury that I still don't think anyone knows what it was. Unfortunately, I think a sell. Dorgu, it's early days still, but I've liked what I've seen from him so far. I think that he is very tenacious, and I think that he's going to be a good addition to the squad. So that one's definitely a keep. Lenny Yoro, I think that we were very lucky to get him actually in the circumstances that the club is in at the moment compared to the other clubs that are interested in him. I can't believe he's still so young. I can imagine him maybe becoming the captain one day. Definitely a keep. Here's the views next to the beach I'm going to. Dalot is next on the list. I think that he gets some unfair criticism, really. I know that he's not perfect, but I do think that he's a good player to have around. Maybe he needs a little bit of rest. He's been playing pretty much every game this season. So yeah, Dalot is a keep. Luke Shaw, when he's fit and on his game, he's probably one of the best at left back, but far too many injuries. I saw that stat the other day where he has missed more games through injury for Man United than he started since signing. and that's just not good enough. I don't know how old he is, but he's, I think, in his 30s now. I think it's time to move him on, get fresh players in. Obviously, we've got Dorgu now, and I think it's important to get get that wage bill down a bit. So for me, Luke Shaw, he's been a great servant to the club, but it's a sell. Aidan Heaven was a steal at £1 million from Arsenal. I think we've done well there. Very young, a lot of potential, a keep. I can't believe I'm even saying his name still, but Johnny Evans is still at the club. To be fair, he's done well when he's been needed, so can't complain too much. He'll probably retire at the end of the season, but if he doesn't, I think it would be best if he goes to another club. Yeah, great career, but it's time to sell. Harry Amas is next on the list. We haven't really seen that much from him. I thought he would play more this season than he has, so it's hard to tell, but from what I've seen, he looks decent. He looks like he's got potential too, so I think I would be keeping him at this stage. Mason Mount. I really want it to work out for him, but it just isn't looking good at the moment. I think that injuries have just got in the way. I just can't really see it happening now. There's been too many injuries. We'll see what happens. I think that he's meant to be back from an injury soon. Let's see how that goes. If it carries on like it is, then we've just got to try and get some money back. And again, get him off the wage bill, free up some funds. So for me, Mason Mount would be a sell at the moment. Bruno. He's our Portuguese Magnifico. I don't want Bruno going anywhere. He's been an absolute legend since he started at Man United. Probably underappreciated again. I know that he throws his arms in the air and stuff, but he leads by example in terms of playing. So many chances created. He's got goals when needed, and obviously assists when players do get on the end of the ball. 100% a keep. Christian Eriksen, I think he's a good player on his day. He's had a good career. He's very intelligent, and obviously it's been great to see him come back from what he went through. But yeah, I think he's going to go anyway. I think it's already been decided, but yeah, a sell. Casemiro gets very disrespected. I think in the team that he's playing in right now, you know, he can only do so much. So I think he gets a bit unfairly criticised. But I also understand some of it. He's obviously not the player that he used to be. He is getting a bit older. But I still think he's a good squad player. I mean, an amazing squad player, really. Casemiro as a squad player is just insane. I think he can still do a job in midfield. Very intelligent player again, and has that winning mentality that we need more of. So a great player to have around. Keep. Ugarte has been a great signing for us. Ready to go, ready to fight, ready to win. Again, I love his attitude and style of play. The aggression is what we need. The attitude is right. Ugarte is definitely a keep. Kobbie Mainoo, I know that there's been some rumours recently of him possibly going to another club, but I think that would be devastating if he did. I think we really need to keep him. He's the exact type of player that Ruben Amorim needs for his system. Someone that can pick the ball up near defence and turn the midfielders and lay it off into the attacking third. Someone that can run at players a bit from that position. Yeah, you don't get many like him. Definitely a keep. Toby Collier has been very solid when he's played. I've liked what I've seen from him. Again, probably just a squad player at the moment, but a good squad player. I hope to see more from him in the coming seasons. Definitely a keep for now. Dan Gore is on this list. I'm not going to lie, I haven't really seen much of him. From what I've heard, from the bits I have seen, he looks decent. I think he's on loan at the moment. Maybe another loan might be good. I don't think that we should be selling our young players, our young talents right now. I think they are probably who we should be keeping on to, especially as squad players, while we try and get this wage bill down, get some funds in, and try and look for some good deals in the transfer market. So Dan Gore, a keep for now. Rasmus Højlund, he's had a tough time recently. Maybe the pressure's getting to him a little bit, but that's only really our fault and the media's fault. I think that he will come good in the end. He's still very, very young and got a lot of time to still prove himself. I would be keeping Højlund at this stage for sure. Marcus Rashford, I am of the opinion that he has proved that he is a club legend, local lad, but there sometimes comes a point in careers where it's time to let go. And I think that this is the time for him to move on. He's looked bright for Aston Villa so far. I think that he's better than that anyway. He might go to another country. I think he'd do really well in somewhere like Spain. We'll see how it goes for him. I'll be rooting for him, as long as it's not against Man United. But yeah, legend of the club, time to sell. Up next is Xerxes. He's obviously not going to be the player that we thought he was. He's not going to be that number 9. He's not going to be that poacher. But we've seen positives from him from the number 10 position. And I think that that will probably be where he stays from now on. Definitely a keep for me, but just for different reasons than he was signed for. Amad Diallo, absolute baller. I can't wait for him to come back from his injury. Hopefully it's sooner than expected. Definitely a keep. Can't wait to see him back in action. Getting a bit windswept here, but we're on to Alejandro Garnacho. I think that he is the player that probably looks most exciting even when he's not playing his best. To me, when he's on the pitch, I just feel like there's always a chance that something's going to happen. I'd be very sad if we got rid of him. Definitely, Garnacho is a keep. Antony is the new GOAT of La Liga, but unfortunately nowhere near in the Premier League. He was probably a little bit overhyped, but yeah, I still don't think that we saw anywhere near his potential. But I also just don't think that the Premier League suited him at all. As we can see, yeah, like I said, he's doing a lot better in La Liga. Hopefully that continues for him. Definitely need to get some money back on our investment there. Pretty bad investment. Let's sell him. Ethan Wheatley is on this list. From what I've seen of him, he looks like a good player. I think he is on loan at the moment. I can't remember where, but I think let's keep him. See what happens. Jadon Sancho, the freedom fighter, the freedom writer. I can't even really think of anything positive to say, to be honest. It's just the wrong attitude, and no matter what he does on the pitch, it's not worth it. So 100% a sell for me. Let's get him off the books. Welcome to Miami. Last but definitely not least, we've got Chido Obi. He's obviously smashed it at youth level, and I just can't wait to see what he produces in the first team. Definitely keep him and don't let go. Don't know what this video is going to turn out like. Hopefully it wasn't too shaky. I'll try and stabilize it a little bit after I edit. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you agree or disagree with any of the suggestions I made. I think that this summer is going to be important for Man United. They're very important. I've said it a few times, but I think that outgoings are more important than incomings at the moment. Let's get rid of who we don't need, who we don't want. Get some funds together, first and foremost, and then we can have a look at strengthening the squad. Sometimes you need these big clear outs, and yeah, I think that that is more important at the moment. We just need to surround ourselves with the right attitudes in the dressing room and in the club. Obviously, as always, Glazers out, but let's hope that they can support us through this transfer window with the management of Jim Ratcliffe. Not saying that he's the saviour for sure, but we've got to live with what we've got at the moment. There's something about the transfer window that gets me a bit excited. I feel like it's a new start for the club, which is very much needed. Hopefully we can, finish in the league strongly. Hopefully I can get my hair cut before the end of the season. Otherwise, here in Spain, it's going to be very, very hot. And of course, hopefully we win Europa League to get into that Champions League. Probably undeserved, but it would be amazing.